Hello and welcome back to the channel. So we're back at Nurburgring Blast and we're back with another car. So last week we did the Ford Escort RS Cosworth and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's got enough power to have fun but not too much that it's actually a bit scary. Now this next one might be a little bit different. So as you can see on the screen now, you can see the Porsche 911 Turbo S. Now this is the ultimate supercar, some would say, as it's got plenty of power, plenty of performance, but pretty usable. It's not as low slung as something like a GT or a GT3 or GT3 RS, but you get all that kind of four-wheel drive go power, turbocharged. This thing is fast. Now with 641 horsepower and 1,640 kilos, it's a big car and big power. It should be possible to do 200 miles an hour in a straight line. Now this one I've gone for Guards Red, and that's because TJ Hunt, yeah, if you've not seen on TJ Hunt's channel, he's combined a GT3 in Guards Red and a GT3 RS, and basically got the best of both worlds. So that's why we've gone for Guards Red. But enough of the waffling, let's see how it goes around the Nürburgring. Right, the Turbo S on the ring, Nürburgring. Let's see how it does. Presented to you in Guards Red at the final corner. Right, let's launch into this lap, up through the gears, and then hard on the brakes. Oh, she just about stopped there. Right, come on, power. No problems with traction, power-wise. Even with 641 horses going through all four wheels, I suppose that helps. Right, into the first technical section, down one gear, into the second part, down another gear. Try and ride the torque of the engine. The gearbox does a good job of keeping the engine between 5.5 and 7,000 RPM, but it does feel like always changing gear. Basically every corner, if you get on the brakes, you're changing gear. It's got eight gears, which just seems nuts. 7,000 RPM, right, up another gear. No gear indicator, so I don't know how fast we're going. We're going to raise the brakes as we go up over the rise. Try and get that nose in, and back on the power if we can. There we go. And then up through the gears. Right, this is where it should do well. I think the Turbo S is a 200-mile-an-hour car, flat out. I don't think we're going to get that here. Right, up over the rise, string cruise. It's not flat on the brakes. Get the nose turned in. Try and get back on the power, and then hard on the brakes. Ooh, didn't think she was going to stop. There's understeer. Understeer. That's the problem with this understeer in this car. It's power on understeer. The more power you put on, the more understeer you get, which is fine on the road, I suppose. On the track, on corners where they open out, it's just not it. Ooh. You can see there as we tipped it in, the rear late bias just wanted to overtake and kill us. I don't know what gear we're in. It could be second, could be third, could be anything. Right, up through the gears. Say hello to the Rebel tree. Give them a couple of flashes. Right, flat out into this fast left. Gonna have to get on the brakes though. Just don't have the confidence. This is on sports hard tyres, which does feel a bit of a hard tyre for this car, but that's what it comes with, and our rules are we're not going to modify the setup at all. Right, try and find a bit of grip. Right, in towards a little fast chicane before miss. We can use some of those curbs if we want to, but we're limited really by the lateral grip that the tyres are offering here. There you go, again, understeer as we want to get on the power. Right, hard on the brakes. That's nice. Trying to use all the track and a little bit more. I think this car you almost have to V off the corners, which isn't great on a racetrack, but I suppose on the road where there's wet, slippery tarmac, different grip levels, sometimes leaves on the floor, that makes sense. Probably it's absolutely fantastic. In fact, this versus a GT3 RS around here in the wet would be a very different story. Lift as we go through, allow the kink, and then hard on the brakes. Try and keep the braking as straight as possible because that weight in the rear, once she starts moving, it almost pendulums. You'll correct it one side and it'll kick it back out the other side. Right, this is where she should be good, up the hill, although that's understeer there. And I just feel like the front tyres aren't being pushed into the ground, they kind of go floaty. Right, still pulling, we're doing over 250 kph. Flat out towards Bravery Corner we go. Oh, understeer again, I'm backing out again, and then hard on the brakes. Down 2 gears, just try and tip her in. Back on the power. There we go, just about. This is hard work. I think if you was maybe just cruising around here, say on a tourist day round the Nürburgring, and you're not pushing it, you could probably have quite a bit of fun. And not many cars would probably keep up with you, because once you put your foot down, it does go. But as an enjoyment piece, I'm just not enjoying it right now. Right, into the roller coaster section. Let's see what we can do here. 7,000 RPM. We're going to have a dabber brake. Just keep the weight over the nose. It's all that weight in the boots. Right, up the hill we go. Use the torque of the gears. The engine is very torquey, I have to say. Oh, as we go a little bit too deep and get more understeer. The engine is this car is not ballistic fast in a straight line. It doesn't feel that way. Oh God, that slide. Yeah, it does not feel ballistic fast in a straight line, but it does feel fast. And the reason why I say that is it just keeps on pulling. Any gear, any of the real RPM, you feel like you get the same sort of go. It doesn't seem to slow down as it gets faster. It just doesn't feel special. It doesn't feel like an explosion. 641 horsepower could feel like an explosion, like when you get on the power. You just, wow, light flashes past you. Right, Brunchen done and dusted. More understeer there. Rides the curbs well there though. But look at the understeer. I'm going to hit the curb. Right, on the brakes. Get the nose in. Come on car. Come back to us. Up over the rise we go. That's where the understeer really starts showing. Accelerating through corners. Up over the rise again. Stefan Beloff S. Gonna have to back out of it. Oh, literally arrested the slide on the curbs. Right, worst corner on the track. Hard on the brakes. Car wanted to try and overtake us again there. More understeer, come on. There we go, right, baby carousel. Get that nose turned in. And then back on the power. Right, Dossen Gehör is where we should be able to hopefully make up a bit of time here. Dabber brake, get the nose in. This is where we're losing time though. Right, try and find the exit. Understeer, come on. I can't get on the power because I just do more understeer. Right, flat out right. Let's see what we can do. That's 200 kph. No idea what kind of gear we're in. We're just going to 7,000 RPM next gear. Over 250 kph. Like 200 miles an hour, so what, 222? No, 322, sorry. We're just hitting 300 kph. This is not going to hit 200 miles an hour. We're going fast. Like, she's not slow, not as fast as I was maybe expecting. We're actually going to have to breathe off the brake here. I'll throttle even. Tap my brake as we go through there, and then hard on the brakes. Whoa, just about made it. Right, through the final corner. Let's see what kind of time this thing will do. Right, power. Come on. Shoot for the line and across the line. Whew. Right, well, that was hard work. This was not an enjoyable car to drive. I think if you had this or any kind of Cayman GT4, GT3 or GT3 RS, I'd prefer to drive that around here. This is definitely suited for the traffic light Grand Prix, maybe wet UK roads with leaves on them, and the Autobahn run. Like with the 8 gears, the Autobahn run would be amazing in this thing. You can put the kids in the back, there's a trunk in the front. It works for that. Here I just felt it was very much out of its depth. But let's see how fast it's gone. That's a 7 minute 18 seconds. So I forgot to guess where I thought this was gonna end up, but 7 minutes 18 seems about representative. Let's see where it sits on the list of all the other cars, because we've done over 100 cars now. It sits and see where we stand. 718 takes it 57th, just a little bit slower than a Cayman GT4. That is the road going car, not the race car, so that's quite interesting, and a little bit faster than LFA. Would I prefer to drive this or an LFA? Probably an LFA, because the car's pretty iconic right now. But if it was wet, speed bumps, insurance and things like that, the Turbo S is probably the way to go. It's interesting that it is a little bit slower than the Cayman GT4 though. I was quite surprised by that. And I think if this car was on this track, maybe in the wet versus the GT3 RS in the wet, I think the times would be quite a lot closer, because whereabouts does the GT3 RS go? Let me just have a quick check. Let me take that back. GT3 RS is a 702. So that's 16 seconds faster. I would have thought it was more. I would have thought there was a lot more in that. Okay, maybe the Turbo S has impressed me more than I thought it had initially. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you could, a like is always appreciated. And if you didn't like it, just give it a thumbs down. That's perfectly fine. Just put a comment down below how I can do it better. And until next time, goodbye and have a good one.